All right. Welcome to the Quarantine Podcast. We have a guest. Breezy's in the house tonight.
Hi there.
Breezy?
I'm doing pretty good.
And we're going to talk about horror films. And I wanted to kick it off with 28 Years Later was entirely filmed on an iPhone 15.
What?
How about that? Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
I heard two articles of trusted sources that they recorded the whole thing on iPhone 15.
Oh, geez.
So, what are your thoughts on that?
Right on.
Yeah, I thought that was wild. I always wanted to record a film on an iPhone.
Yeah.
I usually just use Androids, so never had the chance, but I think that's pretty creative.
Well, in my option, I think Android is better than iPhone.
I do too, except for the camera. The camera.
Oh, yeah. I have a good camera on my Android, so.
Oh, I was going to ask you about 28 years later, 28 weeks later.
It's been a hot minute since I actually seen those type of movies. I do own one of them, but they are really, really good movies, though.
I love the second one, the 28 weeks later. I seen that in theaters, and I was like, when the zombies are coming through and just like busting through the fucking house, I was like, God damn, that's
yeah,
that was gnarly.
Right on.
So one of the questions I had for you, it's going to be a 3-part. What is the best zombie movie of all time?
Oh, shit. See, I'm not really into the zombie movies, but I want to say like 28 weeks later, 28 days later, as you said. So, yeah, that's probably like my favorite ones.
I would have to go with Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a old one.
Do you ever fantasize about being killed?
The next one would be your favorite slasher film.
Oh, my favorite. Obviously, that's going to be Chucky because I had a Chucky tattoo with the Scream, but for sure, Child's Play all the way.
Yeah, that was a good one. Never really got scared of Chucky, but
no.
And then the third one, your favorite vampire movie.
Oh, my favorite vampire movie. You probably like this movie too, but Interview with the Vampire.
Oh.
With Brad Pitt. What?
Yeah, no.
You don't like that one?
I'm not a big fan of it, but I haven't watched it in so many years. It'd probably be nice to rewatch.
What's your favorite vampire movie?
I'm probably just off the top of the dome. I'm going to have to say Fright Night.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I'm like, that just had it all, I felt like.
Don't say the remake.
You didn't like the remake?
Original?
Well, that's what I'm talking. No, I'm talking about the remake.
Yeah, not the remake, the original one.
No, my favorite's the remake of Fright Night.
Really?
No.
I was going to say, what the?
Fuck, no, that was so trash.
Matt, I was going to say Matt, but Keith, oh my gosh. Because me and Matt, my other co-host of Talk Blood to Me podcast, which is a horror, we talk about just horror, and we were talking about like Fright Night, just a little tad, and like, oh my gosh, we don't like the remake, and like, oh my gosh, like we were just kind of shitting on that, but
yep, it deserves to be shitted on, like,
yeah.
I would have done so many things differently. Like, I would have probably cast, like, Bruce Campbell as Peter Vincent and just did some shit like that. And I think that would have been, like, wild. So tell me about your podcast, Talk Bloody to Me.
So Talk Bloody to Me, like I told you, I'm going to say it again. It's me and Matt, my co-host. We tend to record on Thursdays and try to get it up by Thursday night, if not Friday. And we just talk about horror movies, upcoming horror movies. We try to at least. We try to do like horror news, which I haven't been keeping up with it because there's so much of it. So it's like it's just hard to keep up with it. So I tend to not do that. But yeah, we review like any type of horror movies, which is like low key to cheesy to stupid, any horror movies that we would, watch. We also do like Family Quest to some typical movies that like, oh, hey, guys should watch this. We'll watch this and then we'll review it on the podcast.
Nice. Well, speaking
and
of
you are
horror,
a fan as well, so thank you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of horror news, what's your thoughts about Terrifier 3?
Oh, I am so excited for that one.
Hell yeah.
It's a Christmassy theme, and I am so freaking stoked for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that one.
And I'm actually going to see it in theaters, not on Friday, the opening night, but Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do an
early showing or whatever it's called
or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the whole Terrifier until like I actually like watched it last year. I'm like, what's this all hype about this Terrifier? So I was watching this and I'm like, oh my God, this is actually like really gruesome. And like Arthur Clown is actually kind of funny. So I was like, I'm actually really enjoying this. So I'm actually got into it. I wasn't too thrilled about Terrifier 2. It seemed to me it was like a little bit bland, but I still liked it. But so I hope Terrifier 3 brings that more gruesome as art portrays.
Yeah. I thought it was really dope because I was like, this is a low budget film. They put it together, put it out, and now they're making mad millions of dollars. And
right.
Like, that's just dope. It kind of reminds me of what Evil Dead was in a way. Like,
yep.
Just got together, put the shit out, and shit blew up, had a cult following. And now
well, it's the same thing. It was the same thing as Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, because that was low key, or not low key, but low budget. And I also do horror modeling too, because I'm a model. If anybody hasn't seen me or heard of me yet, I also do like modeling too. I've done like Texas Chainsaw Massacre cosplay to Beetlejuice to Dead Ass Zombie, which that one was my best friend Brian. He's an FX makeup artist. And if you want to check his page out, it's Wicked Wounds FX. He does a phenomenal job. I've done Chucky, you name it, I've done it almost. But the cosplay I'm currently working on right now is Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, nice.
Because I love Bride of Frankenstein.
Hell yeah. I will put the links down below so you can check all that good stuff down.
Right on.
Hell yeah. So who is your favorite actor of all time? Only horror, though. Like, they got to be in at least 2 horror films.
So, my favorite actor, are you going by in general or just overall?
Overall.
Okay. So, male favorite, it has to be Brad Dourif. I love Brad Dourif because that's Chucky. For female, there's multiple females I like. Was Jennifer Tilly's one of them. Lynn Shay is one of them. God, I really want her to come to Crypticon, but she's probably like very expensive.
Yeah.
I have quite a few, just not on top of my head.
So what got you into horror? Like, what started you?
I started watching horror movies when I was 5 years old. And the first movie, it was back in the day when Coburn's had that rental movies and stuff, and it was still VHS tapes by then. And so I just stumbled upon Texas Chainsaw Massacre on VHS. So that's the first movie I actually watched. And I was like, holy crap, this is like horror. And so I'm like, okay. And then my mom told me it was actually based on a true story. I'm like, what? So like being 5 years old, I thought like there's no way in hell that was like true story. So I went back to the Coburn's again and I seen Child's Play, and that actually really got me hooked on the horror genre. And ever since that, I started watching horror movies.
Oh yeah.
To like classics, to black and white, you name it.
Nice. So is there any crazy horror pranks that got played on you that kind of was like, holy shit, that's fucked up?
Not so much horror pranks. I don't think anybody has done that to me. However, I've been to Molitor's Haunted Acres. Do you know where that place is at?
No.
Okay, so it's like in kind of like where St. Cloud is, somewhere around in that area.
Oh, okay.
And it's like it's kind of like Dead End Head but a little bit different. Have you heard of Dead End Head Ride?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that, but it's a little bit more low key. So what happened with that a couple years ago? I went with a couple of friends at Mother's Haunted Acres, and we were in this little house, and it reminded me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And all of a sudden, it was like completely dark, and with those flashing lights, so I was trying to fucking see. And then I tripped over a cord. While I was tripping over the cord, I heard the chainsaw. Well, I couldn't see the guy, and all of a sudden I seen the light and the reflection, the shadow. I'm like, oh my gosh, he is huge, and there's a chainsaw, and oh my God, I need to get the fuck out of here. Well, I was scumbling. I wasn't really scared. I was like, what the fuck should I do? I'm like cramped in this room. Where the fuck is the door? And I tripped again. And here he comes, and the chainsaw legit went on my freaking leg, and it was like vibrating.
Oh, damn.
And I was screaming bloody murder.
Oh, I bet.
So, yeah, that was fun.
That's wild as fuck.
That was.
You know who Barry is, obviously.
Yep.
He fucked with me one time, and this was brilliant on his part. But like, he's all like, dude, I'm gonna like, so he's talking to me on the phone and shit, and I get a text, and the text says like, he sends me like a picture of knives. And then I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? And then I was like, whatever. So I kept talking to Barry, and then I got another message, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you with those knives. And I was like, okay. So I'm at work and shit. So I get to work, and he's like sending me all these death threats and shit. And I don't know who the fuck it is. And I'm all like, fucking do it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he kept that shit going for like my whole entire shift. And at the end of the shift, he calls me up from the other number. That was his new number. And I was just like, oh, you motherfucker. But I was like, that shit was brilliant.
Oh my gosh. You did that in your entire shift?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he likes to fuck around a lot.
Oh my gosh.
But it was dope, though, because I'm like, that was probably the closest I'll get to a real horror movie.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe.
He's a fun dude, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, gotta love Bear. So what would you say your favorite genre of horror is? Like,
it actually depends on the movie, actually, because lately, like, these trailers to these movies kind of suck. So I don't really watch the trailers anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I just rather just go and see it.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't really sure. Probably slasher. I'm more of a slasher type girl for sure. Like I said, it depends on, who's all in it. And well, I will watch anything, but if I have a choice, it would probably be a slasher movie, or, I'm not too particular on zombie movies, but if it's a new shark movie, or, whatever the case may be, I will watch it.
Yeah.
I like shark movies.
All right.
Not Sharknado. Not Sharknado.
Like Sharknado, though? Oh,
fuck
man.
No.
Do you have any haunted experiences?
Besides that, you meant like spiritual wise?
Yeah.
I want to say when I was a teen, when I still living in my parents' house, I actually got up in the middle of the night because I was like hungry at that time. And I was walking towards the kitchen, and we had a cat back in the day, and her name was Shithead. And
You named
and
what?
so I was like,
Hold on. You named your cat Shithead?
no, my parents did. My stepdad and my mom did name the cat Shithead because she was
So
really a
mean.
shithead. So yeah, so I thought she was actually on like that rocking chair. So it was like starting to move. I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, I was gonna walk up and pet her. Well, she was not there. So I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe I was just doggone tired. So I went and got a drink, and I turned around, and the chair was still walking back and forth, and I knew that the cat wasn't on the chair. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, okay, this must be a spirit. And so I said, like, hi, Dad, because my dad passed away when I was like 6 months old. So that's why I said, I'm like, hi, Dad. I mean, are you there? And all of a sudden, the rocking chair stopped rocking. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is kind of creepy. But I actually kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, we went ghost hunting. My dad's old house was haunted, and then there's a new person living there now, but we actually went back there while my dad wasn't living there and ghost hunted, and we were playing with the Ouija board, spirit box, and all that stuff, and then we were just sitting around talking. It was my cousin Bryce and my uncle Gene and me, and we're talking to the spirit box, and then I'm asking a question. All of a sudden, the shit was like, "Who's that?" And we got it all on video and shit. And Gene jumped up, and yeah, like. I was just like, holy shit, like we're actually gonna get to talk to a spirit. Yeah, we didn't get much after that, but it was pretty crazy. Our EMF meters were going off the whole entire night.
Wow.
Orbs. It was pretty fucking crazy, but
I have seen orbs when I was taking pictures. You know, when you take pictures, you have that flash on, and then you look back, and I'm like, oh my God, there's like tiny little orbs. Now, like lately, like I haven't really gotten any orbs at all.
that's wild.
I like taking pictures like that, and you look back and I'm like, oh, there's a big, huge blob of orbs. I just love it.
Yeah, I wish I could go back to that place and film, but
So you said like that. Was it a haunted hotel?
no, it was a haunted house. It was my
Okay.
dad's old house, but he has stories about actually seeing someone like pulling up a chair and shit. And yeah, that shit really. Yeah, he's got some stories about that house. And I'm all like, so you were confronted with a ghost and you just ran off? And he's like, yep. And I was like, why? Like, that's the whole point of ghost hunting is to talk to a spirit. That's why I don't watch Zach Baggins and that clown, because he's just running away from everything and acting stupid. I'm like, why aren't you trying to communicate with the dead, please?
Yeah, you're supposed to commune with the dead and see like what's their, what is their issue? Why are they sticking around? Like if maybe they have unfinished business to take care of. You just don't know until you talk to them.
Yeah, and that was kind of my whole thing. But then once COVID happened, it was kind of like we had things like people were actually hitting up my website and they're like, oh, you need to check out my place. I guarantee you're going to find some shit. COVID hit right as it was starting to like start going viral and shit. And then we ended up not doing that because.
That's one thing I have not done is ghost hunting. I will actually love to do that one of these days.
Yeah, it's fun. The fun part is not editing through it and staring at the fucking screen for hours and hours on end on different cameras. So that's the only problem with ghost hunting. Everyone thinks it's just running around trying to find a ghost, but it's like when you have to go back and watch all those videos and like not blink, and it takes time.
It's a lot of patience too with that too.
Oh yeah. So you're into acting, right?
I've been in acting since probably with you. I only act with you.
Oh, okay.
Which I can't wait until that movie comes out. I'm so excited.
Right? Henry Hills is gonna be dope as fuck. Um, if you were to remake a film, what would it be?
Oh God. Remake a film. Like redo it?
Yep, like for example, I would say Christine, but I think they are gonna redo that one.
They are remaking Christine.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say probably Jaws because Jaws is like, yeah, it's classic, but doesn't really show the shark until the very end. They should do like more showing of the shark killing the actual like biting the people. So that's what I feel like.
You would go Jaws then?
Yeah, I would go Jaws. Yeah,
Have you ever seen the movie Monster Squad?
I have. It's kind of all right to me.
Oh damn! Throwing shots at
Yeah.
Monster Squad. That's wild.
See, I don't care about horror movies. Like I said, I watch like all of them. I'm just very particular on some of them. But yes, Monster Squad, it's all right for me.
Yeah, I had to ask people who know about that movie.
I like the more gruesome, more sickening, the more twisted shit that I can get, the more better I will be, the more happy Brezzy I will be. Or the Human Centipede.
Yeah, that one was silly. What was the worst ending in a horror film?
The worst ending?
Yeah.
I want to say Low Lives.
Low Lives?
Low Lives, or if you have not seen it, I want to say In a Violent Nature.
Oh, shit. I heard that was good, but the ending sucks.
Well, some people loved it and some people hate it. It's like 50-50. Me and Matt actually seen it in theaters and we were like trying so hard. There's actually 2 good killing scenes, but it's like, oh my gosh, like he's walking the woods and all you see is crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm like, oh my God, speed it up a little bit. And all of a sudden I look behind or side of me and Matt's like just sleeping away.
Damn.
But yeah, In a Violent Nature is probably the one of them.
I ask people this because have you ever seen a film called High Tension?
High Tension?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
You should peep that out. Great movie, but the ending is fucking the most nonsense of nonsense ever. Like, it's worse than having a movie go on the whole time and realizing everything was just a dream. Like, it's worse than that. And I don't know how you can get worse than that, but they managed to do it. So that movie went from being like a 8, 9-ish to like a 2.
Probably that is well, actually send that to me and we'll probably review it for our podcast and our podcast and a letter. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, no,
I hate when movies are like that.
The sad thing is it was a really dope movie, but that ending was so bad. I was just like,
it's kind of like, what the fuck?
Time, yeah, like, so whenever I think of the worst movie endings, that always comes to mind over everything.
I hate when movies tend to do that. It's like, okay, it's so good, and all of a sudden they just like completely the shit on it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, are you getting sick of trying to like produce this movie and just like, okay, we had enough and just shit on it?
Yeah, I think a lot of them try to like just put a twist on it just because, and it's like the twist has to work perfectly. Otherwise, it's not a twist. It's just stupid.
Right, right.
I'd rather just have the basic, you know.
You're right.
I don't know. I actually prefer everybody dies at the end of horror movies, and then we can get a sequel, you know. Have you seen the film Spookies?
Spookies, I have not.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some new shit to watch, that's for sure.
That's why I was saying, like, dude, send them over to me and we can, watch them. Is it on Tubi?
I have no clue. Probably not though.
How old is it?
Spookies. Oh fuck, that's probably. I want to say 86.
Okay, so pretty old.
Spookies. Oh shit, I was right. 1986. I'll be.
Okay, so
And then you seen Trick or Treat, right?
yes, I have with Sam.
Sammy Kerr.
What? That's the Sam with with the sucker.
Oh no, that's Trick or Treat.
Oh, Trick or Treat.
No,
No,
I'm
I
talking
have
about
not.
Trick or Treat with.
No, I have not seen Trick or Treat, but I've seen Trick or Treat.
Okay, that one was dope too.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, so I'm just adding to your list.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
We will love it.
Yeah, it's gonna like Spookies and Trick or Treat are dope. Trick or Treat is really dope. Ozzy Osbourne's in there. Gene Simmons in there. But the original cover for that, I had it on VHS, and it has like this badass metal dude playing guitar in a ring of fire. So dope. And then
wow,
they put out the DVD version, like the Walmart one, and it had a shitty cropped out picture of Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne on the cover. And it was so disgusting to look at. It looks like some bad Photoshop. And I was like, what is this? Why wouldn't you use the original artwork? That artwork was like amazing.
So dope. It's so dope, and they just ruined it.
Yep. But they couldn't ruin the film. Gene Simmons does pretty good in there, though. That's kind of moments. Well, I think that's about all I got for you today.
Alrighty.
Yeah, is there any closing words you would like to leave with the peeps?
No. Halloween is starting to come up, so always stay spooky. That's my jam. Yeah. Always stay spooky.
All right, I'll catch y'all later. Peace, love, prayers.
Try not to think about dying too much.